I am comedian Mike Bobbitt, and that is B-O-B-B-I-T-T. If you spell it wrong, I will be so fucking pissed. I've been a comedian for a little over 10 years now. I started in Michigan, and this is my final year in Michigan, and I moved to LA at the beginning of next year.
I had to fly back from Vegas. Well, obviously, I wasn't going to walk. I was in the front row on the plane. Well, not like the front row. That's where the pilots sit. And they kind of frown on you trying to sit there since 9/11 and everything. You guys know what, remember, never forget what happened on 9/11. It's when Mariah Carey came out with the Glitter album. Huge tragedy.
I just sort of fell into comedy, really. My background is radio and television, and I managed to burn all of my bridges in both. I was a DJ in New Orleans, and when I moved back to Michigan, the closest thing to being a DJ was I managed the late shift at a Toys R Us. So I would do the store's closing message like, "Attention Toys R Us shoppers, get out of the store." And I took it really hard, and then I ended up getting comedy classes, and it just turned out to be one of those things that I was decent at and didn't have to put too much effort into, and it just sort of worked out, luckily. So.
My girlfriend moved in, and she has 2 cats, and I had 2 cats, so now we have 4 cats. It's like our life has become a Weird Al version of a Stick song, where it's like, "Domo arigato, we've got 4 gatos." And 3 of the cats I like a lot. One of them I'm not a fan of at all. She's tiny, she has a little furry face. I call her Wolf Schitzer. Because when she shits, it's enormous, like she's a wolf or something. It's disgusting. Like, I look in the litter box, I'm like, what is that? That is not Fancy Feast. Are you breaking out at night and eating muskrats and possums? What's going on here? It's the same size that she is. I've never seen her go, but I think if I did, it would look like a turd taking off a cat costume. Like, it's repulsive.
The comedians I look up to changes a lot. Right now I'm on a Norm Macdonald kick. I think Louis C.K. is probably the best comedian working today. He's very prolific, has a very defined voice. I like different comedians for different reasons. I like how Jimmy Pardo is very spur of the moment, off the cuff, random and silly. Todd Glass is another guy who just seems like he's having a great time when he's on stage. I love how Mark Maron is very introspective, and it's therapy for himself. And you know, as an audience member, when you watch someone like Mark Maron, you kind of learn about yourself too. And I like really abstract stuff like Maria Bamford, and I like nerdy stuff like Jackie Cation. So I just love comedy. I'm a comedy nerd. As long as it's good and original, I love it.
I've had a really good time with comedy. This has been good. When I started doing comedy, I was managing a GameStop. That was terrible. It was just the awful, like, there's like someone else that managed a GameStop that was here too. It is the worst thing in the world because you get a lot of customers who are out of their like comfort level, And like technology is like all the technology, even the credit card machines. Like I would have an old woman come in and trying to swipe her card. And I was like, strip down, strip down. She starts undressing and this is the thing that sucked the worst though. Video games have changed a lot over the years. And there was a woman who came in with her 8-year-old son and he wanted Grand Theft Auto. And I had to explain, you know, hey, it's a mature rated game. There's violence, drug use, prostitution, but then you can kill the prostitutes and get your money back. So, like, kind of teaches good economics, I guess. And like, she was like, well, there's no way I'm getting you the game. And like the whole time I'm explaining it to the kid, he's just looking at me like, why are you cock blocking me, old man? It's just like, just doing my job, little buddy. So she told him, she's like, you're not getting that game. And an 8-year-old looked at his mom who gave birth to him and said, I'm gonna fucking kill you, Mom. And she's like, out of the store right now. And I was like, finally, a good parent. 5 minutes later, she came back in. She's like, you know what? Let me get him the game. I was like, are you kidding me? And she's like, he sees worse on the news. I'm like, really? Your 8-year-old's watching the news? Like, he gets home from school, he's like, oh, Adventure Time. But first, let's find out what's going on with this Jodi Arias trial. He's watching the fucking news. And she's like, well, what do you recommend? I was like, foster parents? That'd be a good start.
My favorite show that I've done was, I go out to LA every year, and the first time I did it, I did the Comedy Bang Bang show that was at the UCB Theater, and just hanging out in the green room with everyone I listened to on my iPod. Like everyone who has a podcast was just there. Like Mark Maron was there, Doug Benson was there, Scott Aukerman, who does Comedy Bang Bang, runs the show, and then he got a phone call, and Louis C.K. was stopping in to do a show, so I got to perform with Louis C.K., and it was terrifying. And then the next year that I went back, like Zach Galifianakis was hanging out there, and by the end of the night it was just me, Scott Aukerman, Zach Galifianakis, and manager to the stars, Dave Raff, and it was a blast. Everyone in LA has been really cool. I love doing the Meltdown shows at Meltdown Comics, and that show's been picked up by Comedy Central, and it's just been a blast there too.
Oh, you just reminded me of something. I was Googling myself earlier. I found my picture on a gay bear fetish website. I'm not saying you're gay, but I'm saying like you're a bear like me and everything. We should make like a bear calendar or something. Like we can be filthy rich. You're gonna be May, just so you can be Cinco de Mayo. So you have this weird fucking Mexican thing going on. I'm gonna be June, because my birthday's June 4th, so I'll just be in like Daisy Duke short shorts, like a garden hose, just like, ah. What month is your birthday? You're back into the show. I have 5 more minutes. I'll stare at you till you tell me what month your fucking birthday is. November? Okay, we're gonna have you just like completely naked, but dressed as like a pilgrim. No, just naked, fucking a turkey. Just. And the caption will be like, I got your stuffing. Or the other big guys. God damn it, why'd you lose weight? Oh, back there, what month's your birthday? Matt, you're not a big guy. We're gonna put you in like a Britney Spears, like schoolgirl. I'll hit you, baby, one more time. Just very awkward when you try to do spontaneous crowd work in the audience and you realize you know half the people. So, by the way, that is my friend Matt Bush, who is a very amazing artist. Does a lot of like the convention posters for like Lucasfilm and stuff like that. And his website is Illustration Nation, mattbush.com. B-U-S-C-H. He's an amazing art. It makes me, he has a beautiful house
with an arcade and a movie theater in his birthday. We went to rival high schools, graduated the same year. He went to Sterling Heights. I went to Athens. He has the best place I've ever been in, and fucking love it. I'm in a 2-bedroom apartment with a cat who shits on me. What the fuck did I do wrong in a previous life?
My least favorite show was Birmingham, Alabama. It's a beautiful theater. I can't remember what it's called. It has a really nice name though, Stardome. And it's set up like a bowl where you're at the bottom of the bowl and the audience is wrapped around you. So everyone has a really good seat. And I feel like there's probably about like 400 people in the room. And I realized really quickly that there was nothing in my act that was going to entertain anyone from Birmingham, Alabama. And I was there for 2 nights. So the second night, I got all high and mighty and I just went out and I took a big dump all over NASCAR right out of the gate. And where I was just like, if these people don't like me, then I don't like them either. And it blew up in my face though, because I was the idiot standing on stage for a half hour while everyone politely but quietly just sat there staring at me, and you could feel the tension in the room. You could hear every sound, like if someone was grabbing their drink off the table, you could hear that half a second of the glass sliding across the table. The silence was deafening. That half hour lasted like an eternity. So yeah, night 2 in Birmingham, Alabama. Worst show ever.
But it is good to be here. I was in Birmingham, Alabama not too long ago. So honestly, it's good to be any place that isn't Birmingham fucking Alabama. Holy shit. I don't know if there's a gas leak or if it's the generation after generation of inbreeding, but they are a stupid people in Birmingham, Alabama. Have you guys ever been? Oh, then I will tell you all about it in case you're planning a vacation to the 1860s. Here are some facts about Alabama. The rocket ship was invented in Alabama, which means 50 or 60 years ago, there were 3 rocket scientists standing around. They said, shit, we do not belong here. Let's get out of here and fast. And one of them said, I'll go get the car. And then the other one said, no, we'll still have to drive across this shitty state. Let's invent the rocket ship. And that's how we got to the moon. It is against the law in Alabama to either pick your nose or someone else's nose and flick a booger on the street. Well, that means at one point in time, that was so much of a problem in Alabama that someone said, shit, we need to make a law. And someone else said, can't we just use Kleenexes or something? Just throwing it out there. And they're like, no, because a Kleenex is a hanky, and hanky rhymes with Yankee. Yee-haw! What power? Because that's how they end sentences in Alabama, if you don't. Finger guns and declarations of racism. You always know how they're ending a sentence.
I'm a thoroughbred redneck down home rapper, and a lot of y'all folks still call me a cracker. I'm a storm cloud coming in, I'm bringing down the heavy rain. Redneck boy, and I'ma put it on my everything. Y'all say use, and we say y'all. Y'all call it an accent, we call it a drought. Y'all say give me that, and we say please miss. And y'all eat oatmeal, and we eat cheese crisps.
I'm terrible at the business side of things, but the one thing I have done right is you can find me by going to Off the Mic. My website is offthemic.com. My Twitter is @offthemic. My Facebook is facebook.com/offthemic. So just go to Off the Mic and you can find me on there. My albums are on iTunes and all the electronic distribution sites. Tonight is actually the CD release party for my 3rd album called Nowadays. So I'll hold it up, and through the wonders of CG, we'll have it right there, right? Otherwise, I'm gonna look like an idiot holding my hand up in roughly CD size shape. Isn't it great? It's very sparkly. And now it's 3D. Look at that. We don't have the budget for CG. I know what I'm doing. All right. How did you get to be so handsome? Well, I'll tell you, part of it is genetics. Most of it is a lot of hard work. Finding out that I have kind of a cute and cuddly quality and but ruggedly handsome at the same time. Embracing the nerdiness.